Hello, everybody. Just an answer, pretty quick, on a video that I just recently made. What it's kind of like pushed me to do this video was a lot of questions about, what is you mean by actions? What do you mean by things that you explained into the video? I received a few questions over the YouTube, so this is kind of like an answer it. I promise a person that I'm gonna answer her, so that's what the video is about, to answer her. But also, um, there was a people on the Facebook who messaged me specifically about the video. It's like, Dio, could you kind of like explain a little bit more, go more deep about it? What I'm talking about is about the video explaining why is the difference in the feelings in the twin flames, and kind of like a showing up the things that goes on within the twin flames. And when I was talking about the actions, okay, what I mean by action is like when you are at the beginning of the twin flames, you're beginning to understand inside of yourself, okay, inside of yourself, that there is going to be someone like you who's going to respond like you, who's going to learn like you, act like you, walk like you. I say act exactly, but all that parts between act and action, this is two different words. This is like when you, first of all, you like a person or they like you, back in within the 3D. There is a person you like and they don't like you, they go away. What do? You just let them go. When you fall in love with your heart, when somebody loves you or you love them and something goes wrong, guess what? You let them go. But here in the soul, the people have a tendency of not to do the same thing and not to let it go. And what they do is they go into the grief where the love does not have a place to go. And if something doesn't work, it has to be let it go. And this is one of the hardest battles, basically, what the people have to go through it. So I want to read you the questions that was on about this video. I want to begin with it. That was a question saw on YouTube. The question says, "Hey Dio, thanks for the explaining. First of all, I have a concern. I totally agree on that you have to let it go of your twin flame, learn the mirrors and go back um, when they're ready. But my question is, how can you be sure they're mirroring you? How can you be sure they're mirroring you? The real twin flame is not going to run away from you, as you are not going to run from the love. The one person who runs from love, he runs from fear, he runs from himself. Basically, the person who runs from love, he runs from his own self. He goes against his own self because doesn't know about the love or doesn't understand about this love or doesn't want the love. Either way, they're running away from it. They go away. They separate it. They took time to realize it. And that can take some years, maybe a lifetime, and maybe never gonna happen. More question it is what are you going to do with this? So what is the actions of love? Actions of love are when the both two sides, they act upon the love. They trying to go ahead and improve themselves. They do their inner work within the twin flames, and they see everything that it's stand in their way to make this union happen. They know deep inside of their soul that they're together. This is not like ignition from someone. This is not a catalyst. This is not a soulmate. We're talking about a twin flames. We're talking about of when the one soul craves for the other, which is they're the same part of the same tank. And what it does is, by the actions, you will understand that they will act the way you will act. They will say the things you will say. They will do the things that you will do. You love them, they loved you. If something happened and you have your ego triggers, just by communications, you solve the problems within the relationship. You learn earlier in stage within the twin flame well enough you to go ahead and solve the issues instead of as before. What did you do? You put your face mask on and you pretend that you have a life and you smile at the person, and guess what? Life is just the one false, just the one teeter. That's all that is. So the actions, what are they going to be? The actions, that is the confession. Confessions of the love. Confession that it's not only to the person, confession is also into the universe. Which is a little different when we're talking about this kind of high level of love, because most of the people, they, first of all, they're not honest to themselves. And we're not talking about honest to somebody else or honest to the universe. That is going to be a hard inner work battle, you with yourself, in order to achieve this thing. So the actions, they're going to prove. The actions is going to prove about what the person will do. They will do everything. They will forgive you. They will begin to understand you. They will figure it out why you trigger, why you're pushing their buttons. They will figure it out what's going on, what is the real situation. They will see this third part, which is the ego part that tries to separate you. They will understand this is not what the soul is. And they will work together to make the relationship happen. And the actions of both, not the one, from both, they're going to be based of the commitment to the love, based of the commitment of the soul that they committed in the front of the universe. Yes, we are who we are, and we have to do our mission. Don't forget about it. Everybody's talking about mission, okay? The mission, basically, it's a service. All right, I will explain it to you how the universe little bit work, so you kind of like get um, maybe I can do some better video on that down the road. But we're talking about like the very small molecules. Once they goes into the water, they become an algae. The algae feed the fish. You catch the fish, you eat the fish, you die, you feed the ground, and guess what? Those microscopic things becomes an algae again, and they feed the fish. So when you die, you're not going anywhere. But basically, if you take a look at it, it was all about the part of a service. The algae is serving into the fish, so the fish can live. The fish serve to you, so once you eat it, you live too. So when you die, everything that you have as a meat and everything else, guess what? It goes into the ground, so the ground can have the service of you, the mother nature. Where did you came from? That you go back. And this is why the service, it's very important of the twin flames, because they understand they're serving the universe. That's all that is. They're serving to the universe. Wherever the universe goes on, the universe does the right thing. To finish it up, to reading this, how should I mirror you? Right now, I've been working a lot on myself, releasing and living my life, but it's still aware about my twin flame. We haven't kept in touch for in a while, but now I know if a person is it or not mirroring the feelings that I have. The person who loves you, they're gonna love you, and they're gonna do everything to be with you. They will find a way if you're angry to calm you down. They will find a way if you're down to lift you up. They will find a way if something goes in your life to help you out. It's the same as the reproach back. If you're down, they're gonna lift you up. If you need something, they're gonna give it to you. If whatever it's the reason, they're there for you. You're there for each other. Those kind of like an actions, those kind of like a relationship, it's gonna prove you who is the one. Not someone who doesn't call you, not someone who hides you, not who's the one who sends you a text once in a 6 months to check up on you, you're okay. Not someone who doesn't care for you, who blocks you, who says, I don't want to talk to you, or someone who kind of likes point a finger to you and says, you didn't did the things. You know, that's when they actually blame you for what's going on. So I will assume if make action, they will react back with the same kind of actions. Assume. See, let's talking about a little bit here about an assumptions. Okay, assumption is something that you believe of something that might or not be the truth. So if it's might or not be the truth, then what's happening is that in this case, you believe on something and you react on something that it's maybe completely different from the truth, what actually is. So my suggestion is if you acting on assumptions, reevaluate yourself and let the universe to hold on into it. So the universe to go ahead and helping you out to go ahead and allow this to be fixed. Or when it's enough time and totally get rid of the idea of the person being my twin flame. That time of totally get off of the part, it's when you get enough of the suffering. We'll post a quote in a little bit about this when I go pretty quick through the quotes that I prepared for it. But that is the time when you have enough of the grief and you, instead of giving the love to someone who doesn't appreciate it, you begin to give it to yourself, and you're going to begin to give this love into the universe. You begin to understand that this love has to serve something. You begin to helping other people. You begin to understand what that's mean love, and you evolve. You open up your subconscious about that love, and that love begins to go higher and higher and higher. If you make no actions, then mean that I'm letting this person learn, or the universe will just fade away the direct line of us being a twin flame. See, the universe only cares about one thing. That is you to do the mission you're set up for it. The universe orchestrates everything. And if somebody doesn't want to do the thing, it's like somebody doesn't want to go to the class. They don't want to do their study, they don't want to perform, they don't want to do the things that I came here for. I mean, it's been getting into, I will get into from the Bible, when God says, let's make it dirt like it's in heaven. Well, that is our mission. That is our part of the love. That's where we get that love inside of us. That love, it's for a reason. It's not for something that it's for no reason. There is no such a something for nothing. So my advice to you is make yourself evaluations. Let the things kind of like reveal to you as you look in yourself in the mirror. So to begin with the quotes, so you can understand the video that's more about it. Actions are proof who someone is worth is, proving who they pretended to be. Actions. Actions prove who the real person is. If someone runs away, if somebody blames you, would you live with that person? The answer is no. If somebody comes in and says, hey, you stole my thing, or being a silent for 4 or 5 years and blames you for everything, that it's your fault. No. But if someone comes in and says like, you know what, I'm sorry, I want to apologize to you, maybe I was wrong, Why just don't we sit down and explain it to me? Maybe I didn't understand something, but I understand one thing. I love you. Those are kind of like of action shows of who the person is. Someone who is mature in love, not someone who just get on with his ego, doesn't say anything, and he just let it go. A lot of the people that they are in this kind of like a relationship, this quote is for you guys. Those are the people we're trying to help a lot. Those are the people who stay in the stage of grief. Grieving for someone who you love and you lost them for whatever reason is. You need to understand about one thing about the grief. Grief, it's with love that has no place to go. That's mean you have energy that has no purpose, basically for the universe. And that's why for a lot of the people who I seen it, I told them if it doesn't work out with your twin flame, let them go. If they belong to you, they'll come back to you. But if the universe points you out to towards different directions, to a different person, you have to understand one thing. You have to understand you have to go where the love goes. Because where the love goes, that's where the energy flows. And energy of love, it's energy of the universe. And a lot of the people doesn't realizing this, that evolving into this position and finally making the commitment together with the universe inside of you, it is the place where you finally going to get to your final goal. Your final goal, that is the peace in the soul together with your partner. A lot of you don't understand this, but within time, I hope you understand that this peace in the soul, something amazing. You can go ahead and kind of like just look in the person, you can just like, it's so beautiful. I just want to fall asleep. Do you know why you want to fall asleep though? You don't fight nothing anymore. You don't have to fight for the other person to appreciate you. You don't have to fight for the other person's love. You don't have to demand they can pay attention to you. Everything is natural. You don't have to make the effort, so you don't waste the energy. So if you don't waste the energy, guess what? You don't have to do those battles inside of you of doubts. The battles of what he's doing right now, is it faithful to me? Is it she's faithful to me, or she's lying to me, or doesn't lying to me, or oh, all that crap is gone. So guess what? Now your soul, it's so in peace, and now your soul isn't taking a break of the heaviness of life, a life that would kind of like a program project over you. So I'm going to read you this quote. Grief that I learned, it's really just love. It's all the love you want to give, but cannot. All the unspent love gathers up in the corners of your eyes, and a lump in your throat, and in that hollow part of your chest. Grief is just love, with no place to go. So my suggestion is if the love has no place to get, turn it back inside of you and learn to love the people with unconditional love. Because when your unconditional love becomes a lifestyle, then you will understand what that is to live in a paradise. Until then, you're either gonna have a grief, you're either gonna suffer, or you're just gonna getting stuck. And then the situations is not gonna be right for you. So my suggestion is trust the love. And you gotta understand this. Some people won't love you no matter what you do. You can bring the universe, you can bring God, you can bring anything, you can tell them anything. They won't love you. Why? Because they listen to the lower self of themselves. They don't see the love the way you see it. They're not your mirror. And if they're not your mirror, they cannot see what you see. So simple as that. That's how it goes. That's how it works within the twin flames. The twin flames recognize their part within each other, and they go with the flow of love. They not just go out there and just do the things. They know what to say. They know every minute of what they need to do and how to overcome everything that they need to overcome. Because some people won't stop loving you no matter what you do. Go where the love is. And I will give you this advice as a twin flame. If you're suffering within the twin flame journey, let it go of everything. Trust the universe. Because the universe prepare you for where you need to be. The universe know where is your right place. The only thing it is your desires, your mistakes are the one that put you on the place to suffer. If you let it go, if you trust God, as they say in the Bible, if you let your life to God, you let yourself into the universe, because that's what you're living in. Realizing or not, you're living in the universe. If you think that you're living in an apartment in some town, or a house in some town, or an apartment in a big capital, or in one of the biggest towns of the richest towns in the world, you're screwed up. First of all, we have to realize you're living in a tiny rock called Earth that spins around the sun, which is a one solar system with a star, within a one galaxy, which is a part of this huge universe. So what is your home? What is your actual home? It's the universe. But a lot of the people, because they thinking too small, they focus on the smallest thing. They focus on the house instead of focusing on the big thing. Focus within the universe. And in order you to understand the universe, you have to understand the one thing that I always say to you is go where the love is. And that's what I'm telling you. Guys, be love. Thank you. Looking for your comments.